Hey guys, what's going on? This is Pants Our Dragon, and today we'll be doing the top 5 best AD carries for patch 5.11. I said I wasn't going to do an AD carry tier list earlier, but I decided why not, because apparently you guys love this stuff. And I mean, Jinx, Sivir, and Ashe have taken some hits to patch 5.10 and 11, so I mean, I might as well update the tier list because of that. Anyways, with all that being said, let's get started. Alright, so number 5 is going to be Jinx. Jinx took a hit in patch 5.10 where a minigun is a bit weaker since it now scales on her level instead of how much points she has in Q, so it does hurt her early game laning phase a bit, but not too much, and it doesn't really affect her mid game and late game because she's only using her rockets at that point. I also do feel like some AD carries are stronger than her right now, but she is still probably one of the best late game AD carries, and of course a bunch of steroids, and she has one of the best finishers in the game. Next at number 4 we have Vayne. In all honesty, I do feel like she's actually a stronger champion than Jinx, even if that minigun nerf never hit, just because right now I guess you can say it's like a tank meta going on, so when she versus those tanks, she has her silver bolts plus Bladed Rune King, and a lot of attack speed backing that up, so she can kite around them effectively, and take them down really swiftly. I also do feel like if you're actually a better Vayne than most players, then she's actually probably higher in this tier list than other AD carries. The only thing that was really stopping her before like this tank meta was just a bunch of assassins just straight up killing her before she can actually do her damage and enter these team fights, but with that gone, she just seems ever so great in this meta. Next at number 3 is going to be Sivir. So in the latest patch, Sivir actually got a nerf on her ultimate in the later stages of the game, aka level 11 and 16, where the duration is now 3 and 4 instead of 4 and 6. And so comparing the level 16 Sivir ultimate, you used to get 6 seconds of 60% movement speed, now you're only going to get 4 seconds of that 60% movement speed, but at least you still get the 20% movement speed coming from her ultimate thereafter. I mean, when you really think about it, it's not a big nerf, but of course you do feel that her initiation power isn't as strong as it was before. But hey, she's still going to be Sivir, so I put her at number 3. And at number 2 is going to be Calista. A lot of high elo players certainly do like this champion. A lot of people say that she is a really strong laner, and they do emphasize in the early game of course. Before I had her at number 4, but that's because I thought that her wind up attack animation was a really big nerf to her, but obviously it's not. And obviously there's a lot of synergy with her supports that she has in this current meta, like Alistair and Nautilus. You know, throwing these tanks to initiate or like obviously peel back or something. And I mean, she still has her really strong mid game because she has a lot of kitiness, which equals survivability, so she can like skip around the team fights and keep doing her DPS. And at number 1 is going to be Ashe still. So she just got some minor nerfs. Primarily her level 1 volley was doing a lot of damage, like 40 plus her original AD. That's actually more than Caitlyn's Q at level 1, so that's kind of interesting. So yeah, it did hurt, but finally, I mean, they reduced it by 20 damage, so it doesn't hurt like a bitch when she uses her W at level 1. She can also no longer take down towers as fast as she could before with her Q, but that's whatever, it's not a big deal. And so is the nerf on her E, that's not a big deal either. So yeah, I still think she is really good, despite her levels 1 to 5 getting nerfed a little bit. I say that because most Ashes do level up W first, so yeah, people max out Q second. If you really want to know why I feel like she's number 1, it's because she has a lot of damage and she has a lot of utility. So she's really good when she's ahead and, you know, still fine when she's behind. As for honorable mentions, let's start up with Draven. Okay, holy crap, how much times have I said this? If you're a really good Draven player, play him. He's really hard to play mechanically, but if you're like really mechanically skilled at him, then you can easily carry games, and plus he relies on snowballing because of his passive. Next up we have Corki, still pretty good, you know, magic damage, physical damage, really good mid-game Triforce, stuff like that. Has to be careful about using his W in lane since it does cost 100 mana, but other than that, he's still good. Graves is still definitely good. I still see him from time to time. I still feel like there's stronger AD carries ever since his Q nerf, which wasn't that big, but you know, people stopped playing him a bit. But he still shows up in solo queue, and you know, surprisingly he's still pretty good. The only problem is tank meta. He's definitely better in the squishy meta because he can burst them down with his ulti and Q, but that's not what's going on right now. Hey guys, so thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Top 10 best junglers, top 5 best mid laners, and then top 5 best supports for patch 5.11. The support says patch 5.10, but it's basically the same thing. since that's when the that's when the ancient coin changes were there. So yeah, again, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this, maybe you'll subscribe right there and join the No Pants party. And again, I am Pants Dragon, and I'll see you guys next time.